let's see, somebody, why do you tell me to avoid ice? Ah, that's a good question. So a lot of us, it's been drilled into us to do the RICE protocol, right? Uh, Rest, ice, compression, and elevate when you have an injury. That is true for about 24 to 36 hours, maybe up to 72 hours after an acute injury in some people. The doctor that came up with that, if you look it up, he has actually come out and said he was wrong. That is not the best way to treat um, pain because ice impairs circulation. Remember what I said back at the beginning, if you were on here at the beginning, that one of the ways that acupuncture works is it increases circulation, and everything your body needs to heal is in the blood. Well, if you go in and say, that we're treating you for shoulder pain, and you go home and you put it, we've done acupuncture, it's feeling pretty good, it's feeling looser, we've got good circulation there. A lot of times we'll see like the skin kind of pinkens up because of that fresh circulation, and you go home and put ice on it. You are shutting down all of the improved circulation that we just worked on. Um, Ice helps in that initial inflammatory stage of an injury, but after that, even if it feels good, it's not really doing you any lasting benefit. I've got several professional friends who might be watching that are in other fields that are probably going to disagree with me on that, and that is okay. It's one of the differences in what I do versus what they do. But we don't recommend ice as an ongoing type thing because you're decreasing circulation. That doesn't mean necessarily that you need to use heat. There's cases where heat's advised, but it doesn't, we don't necessarily want you putting ice on there and it hurting circulation all the time.